G'day all, out in the park again, X-Terra 70. Just want to show you how I set this thing up. Pretty basic. So what I'll first do is set your discrimination. So I've set my patterns up into basically staggered sort of discrimination. So pattern 1's just rejecting ferrous, it's down the bottom there. Pattern 2 starting to reject some foil. It'll still detect a 10-cent Australian coin. And then pattern 3, I've rejected everything up to a $1 coin. So I'm going to miss my 5s, 10s and 20s. So that's your real sort of cherry picking level there. But when you get to a new spot, you don't really know how much junk's there, so we'll start off on number 2, sort of a mild level of discrimination, knocking out the foil. If I miss 5-cent coins, who cares? Go over to the menu. Now this ground here is pretty hard packed. Fines aren't going to be too deep here, so we can turn the sensitivity down because we don't need all the depth. 12's probably enough. Volume, well, on headphones I'd have it at about 25, but on the speaker you'd go flat out. So leave it at 27 because I'm going to be filming. Noise cancel, hardly ever have to use this, but -2 seems to work well in my area. So pays to sort of play around with it and experiment. Threshold, you want a gentle hum. You don't want it too loud. And I really like using 4 tones. Hits nice and hard and you still get a good variance between different targets. That's it. Now the last step is ground balance. Hit your ground balance. Alright, you can hear that noise, so that's way out of balance. So you definitely want to try and knock that out. Beautiful. And we're good to go. So you shouldn't be getting any falsing with these settings, because it is detuned a little bit. There you go, high tone. Solid 36, 38. It's probably a 2-cent piece actually. Now with this coil here, if you've got a pinpointer, you don't really need to engage the pinpoint because it does a pretty good job with this coil. But I'll do it anyway. Well, that's telling me it's pretty shallow. Hear that? Ah, there it is. Big bit of something. Anyway. it's out of range. Now there's a lot of this sort of loose topsoil here, so bang. Now it was a nice sort of 3840 on the X-Terra and a very tight signal, and by that I mean the signal wasn't over a wide area, so which is a good sign that it's a coin sized target and not a big bit of can. So we're very close. Ha. 2-cent coin that's seen better days. Looks like it got smashed by a lawnmower at some stage in its life. Look at the bend on it. It's got a big nick there on the side too. Have a look at the year. If it's a very early one, it's hard to say. If it's a very early one, it's a good chance that there'll be some pre-decimals not too far away. Oh, I think it's a 1982, so not a very early one, but it's quite deep. Hopefully where there's one there's more. We shall see. I was walking past this tree. I'd been past it a few minutes ago and I just sort of come back for another look. I got a little bit of a blip. ID sort of jumping around a little bit. Turn the sensitivity up, which I'm repeating my what I did just before. Accidentally hit pause. So yeah, once I increased the sensitivity, it sharpened up, and you could see it sort of hitting 30, 32, 36, and then occasionally a higher number. I'll find my pinpointer. Ah, look at that. Big old nail. Now, don't walk away, because you never know. Now, in this case, that's what was giving the signal. Just double check with the detector. Aha! There you go. I had a gut feeling there was something else there. So we weren't pinpointing the 3032, we started pinpointing something else. That's why it was there and not here. So whatever's given that 3032 is still down there, and it's a bit deeper. There it is. It's one of them old style fuses, the end of it. But it picked that up at depth with that big nail about an inch away. That's why the ID was bouncing around a little bit. But a high sensitivity sorted that out. Cool. Nice 38 there. Getting there. Oh Jesus, what is that? That's a part of I'll guess a kid's excavator or something. So kids have been playing here at some point. Yeah, it looks like just there something sort of hinged off it. Solid 40 here in the X-Terra. It's getting dark. I've already scraped it a little bit with my foot. Looks like it's a deep one. Ah, there it is. Another 2-cent piece. Now you can see how handy these little lights are in most of the pinpointers these days. So you can see the coin. Take it away. You can still sort of see it, I guess. It just lights it up. It's especially cool when you get a silver.